Hello, this is Mr. Blank for another video, and today I'll be doing a market watch. I know this is supposed to be coming out Saturday, to be out Sunday morning for those who are watching YTS Dortmund, and or as well having a regional this Sunday. I hope this helps. Card prices. We're gonna jump right into it. First card I'm actually gonna talk about is not Sprite Elf, but Sprite Elf is on the list. It's Runic Fountain coming at a Tactical Masters, starting at 948 and bottoming out at 1048. Runic hasn't seen as much play in the YTS circuit, but I do know in the regional circuit, this deck is too powerful. Runic Sprite, Runic Terrament, Runic Missing Mind is still a powerful deck. This is probably the fourth best deck behind Terrament, Sprite, Floowandereeze. This is it right above Exorcist. I would definitely now recommend picking this up because I believe also we can also go over Runic Tip real quick. Runic Tip. This should be on the second page because the Runic once. And I truly believe once the Shizu cards came in, this kind of made this deck a lot cheaper. And I definitely recommend people who want to play this deck pick them up now. The Runic Tips coming at Tactical Masters. Price starts at $22, bombs out at $22.99. This is probably what I think this is the best quick play they have. You just add your card from your, you can add any card from your deck, and I definitely recommend picking up this deck if you want to play good. Runic Magical Musketeer is the most rogue version, but any deck could work with this. Even Sky Strikers to a certain degree. I'll definitely pick this up. Next card, Garura Wings of Resident Life Power, coming out of Power Elements. Price started at $15.99, bombs out at $16.99. Super Poly Target, one of the best cards. Like, definitely, because even if it's not a Super Poly Target, you can still send this off like a Nadir Servant, Dogmatic Punishment, Ultimate Slayer, and get a free draw. You gotta love it. Definitely worth picking up if you in need of a target. Plus, it's level 6. This does work with Bestios. You go to a rank 6. If you're playing Dragon Link, you could try to fit this in. Find ways to play it. Either way, this is definitely worth picking up. Talking about Dragon Link and Bestio, Blazing Cartesia the Virtuous coming out of Darkwing Blast. Price started at $15.50 and bottoming out at $15.98. This is definitely a card I would recommend for players who want to play this card. I definitely recommend picking this up. It's just cheap. Woo! I might pick up one myself. Like, this is Incredible Ecclesia, but a little better because this card could, if you use Brain Diffusion, even if it gets negated, or like if the effect this gets negated, Fallout Albrecht is in the graveyard. And you could just special summon them, and then you could, you can go to you can fuse something to a level 8 or higher. You could literally go to Guardian Chimera, and then this card bring the self back. Like, say if you send a fusion monster to the graveyard, you can send it right back. Excellent card, definitely worth picking up. Pot of Prosperity coming out of 2022 10 of Pharaoh Gods. $33 is base price, bottoms out at $36.95. I would definitely recommend getting a playset if you're playing any deck that can use it. Floowandereeze is the best deck. Like, this is going to be the main card you're going to use. You can use Pot of Extrav, and I'm going to look into Pot of Extrav real quick. You can use Pot of Extravagance. You can Let me get you a. Let me see what's we got for those that for the most accessible copies. Pot of extra have coming out of Structure Deck Alvin Strike. Price started at $1.95. Bottoming about at $2.28 for Pot of Extravagance. If you definitely need a draw card, this is definitely the replacement I would get. It's not as good as Prosperity, but this does do the trick. And this is kind of better in long tournaments because you don't show your opponent, the 6 cards. Because when with Prosperity, you have to show what 6 cards are at the top of your deck. You get to pick the best one. Extra gives you the first top 2. The top 2 might be the best, might be the worst, but it doesn't give your opponent knowledge of your deck and your side deck. That's what I would do for you. If you do not want to play Prosperity or you don't have the money, pick up Extra because it does almost the same. Trust me. Combine this with Power Duality, and we'll look at the cheapest version of Power Duality. That's another card also I would definitely recommend. Pick it up if you are playing Extra. I mean, of course, you're always going to want to have Power Dualities, but definitely when you have Extra, this card is, okay, the most recent printing comes out of King's Court, came out last year. The starting price is 59 cents, and it bottoms out at 69 cents for Pot of Duality. I would definitely recommend picking up this card as well. If you want to build up the Floowandereeze deck, definitely pick it up. Lightning Storm, coming out of the 2020-10 of Feral Gods. Price starts at $12.29. It bombs out at $12.89 for Lightning Storms coming out of 2022-10 of Feral Gods. And this also just got reprinted again. It got reprinted the first time, of course. Ignition Assault was the first reprint. If you're a sucker for the original printing, these are about $30. These are running around $30. First edition, I will pick those up. If you want the most recent printing, because it's the most accessible one, because they still have product out, people have them. Starting price is $8.77. Bottom out price is $9.26. For a Lightning Storm coming out of Magnificent Maven, I would definitely pick this up if you cannot get to an older copy. I like this card. Right now is not as powerful because there's not much spell trap cards running around, decks, and a lot of people are putting their monsters in the defense position. But I would definitely recommend picking this up for later formats. Evenly Matched coming out of Magnificent Mavens, price starting at $9, bombs out at $11 for Evenly Matched. Just like Lightning Storm, but this is better because you do lose your battle phase, but you do end up it's a blowout card. And when a blowout card means is unless your opponent has a negate, they lose all resources, and they have to, and and this is the only card you have on the field. They only can keep one. You can kick your opponent off so much. Necro Valley coming out of Magnificent Mavens. Starting price is, this is the Secret Pharaoh Rare coming out of Magnificent Mavens. Starting price is $148. Bombs out at $149 because with the shipping. Necro Valley Secret Pharaoh coming out of Magnificent Mavens. I believe this will get reprinted again soon. Necro Valley is one of the probably best cards in the format against Tyrannis. If your deck doesn't need its graveyard, you can use it a la Exit Sister. People say, why not Floowandereeze? You can just banish. Plus this Hearth Shri. You can play this card. like you can play this card. Shri just gets hurt where it's one of those I wouldn't take the chance. But you can play as an Exorcister if you're playing Exorcister. Nimble Beaver coming out of OTS Tournament Pack 20. Starting price is $2.30. Bottom price is, I'm going to the second page just to get a more definitive price. $4.20 for Nimble Beaver coming out of OTS Tournament Pack 20. This is definitely a card people want to reprint it for Sprite. I would definitely recommend picking it up if you need it. We have Herald of the Orange Light coming out of OTS Tournament Pack 20. Near Mint Unlimited, $13.78. Bombs out at $14.99 for Herald of the Orange Light coming out of OTS Tournament Pack 20. This is probably one of the best hand traps right now. Like, this is mostly used in the Shizu tournaments and Drytron, but Drytron's not much of a threat this format. If you need them, this is probably the best set to get them at is this set, or if you want to buy them, you could buy them out of, I'll probably recommend buying them from Structure Deck Wave of Light. Starting price is $10.99. Buy them out at $13 for a Herald of the Orange Light coming out of Structure Deck Wave of Light. This is definitely one of the better hand traps. I would definitely recommend picking it up if you're interested in playing the Ishizu Telemist. And I'll talk about a deck that beats the Ishizu Telemist when it goes off correctly. Floowandereeze and Advent Adventure come out of Battle of Chaos. Starting price is $23.10 and bombs out at $24. Probably this is what's made Floowandereeze one of the top 3 decks. I would say best anti-meta deck easily. Before it was good, but this just makes it better. You don't need to rely on Book of Moon. You can, it says the final piece of the Floowandereeze puzzle arrived in Battle of Chaos. Floowandereeze and Advent Adventure is a consistency boosting search card that gets you to the cards you need, banish others to trigger effects, and then ponies up 500 life points because why not? Boom. Best card. To me, it's the best card of the deck. Spright Sprint coming out of Darkwing Blast. Starting at $12.71. Bombs out at $15 for Spright Sprint. This is probably, if like Rotoy didn't get banned, this card would be a lot more broken. Probably a lot more expensive. Still makes Sprite a lot more powerful. Like, now you can just, send cards to the graveyard and get plays going, as well as Tailwinds, because they can send Merly and then get their plays going. It's so busted. In the last card, we're going to talk about Sprite Elf coming out of Power of the Elements. Starting price is $16.89 and bombs out at $18.99 for a Sprite Elf coming out of Power of the Elements. It's probably one of the best Link 2s out there in the game. Like, because anything that gets, anything this target to cannot be targeted with card effects. It's just, then during your main phase, you could target a level 2, or if your opponent controls a monster, you could special summon a rank or Link 2 from your graveyard. So busted. That's it for my market watch today. Mr. Blank's another video. Thank you for watching. And by chance, if you ever want to, pick these cards up as soon as possible before they skyrocket. That's it. Thank you for watching and have a great day, everybody. Peace.